Hey guys, GH. Welcome to the practice team. It's been raining here for 3 days, guys, and places like a bog, and we're over here in the rough. Okay, a couple of things. Just following on with the general, understanding of the structure of the protocols of channel lock. Okay, at address, guys, you will see me with my arms always connected to my body. I just like to do that because I find it's easier to get the golf club in the channel going back quicker. If my arms are extended away like that, there's a propensity for the club to go sideways, which I've mentioned on a number of occasions. Now, when I connect my arms to my sides, what I like to do is, they're the cups of the elbows. They're the cups. I like to keep the cups in that position from address right through the golf swing. The reason being that if I do keep them in that configuration, if I have them, for example, like this here at address now, see, they're there. That shaft is now basically here on my body. It's almost like if that was an extension, it'd be pointing into my body. Now I should be able to take that shaft with my body turn back here and keep it in that configuration in front of me all the time, if I keep those cups of those elbows in that position. But if I change the cups attitude and orientation, if I roll attitude them on the backswing, watch what happens to the club. If those cups go from pointing to the sky to pointing over here, that club now is pointing away from the center of my body. As I take it back, it'll be out there instead of here. So for me, it's very important to get those cups of those elbows configured correctly and keep them in that configuration right throughout the golf swing. Right throughout the backswing and coming down into the ball. Basically this, if I do it in slow motion. I've got my connection here, so I take it away. The cups are maintained. Now if I turn around and put that club down, guys, that's exactly the same as it was at address. It's the same position. But if I took the club back and I roll that cup downwards in the backswing and took it to here, look what happens when I come back. Club's pointing over here. So I've got to make some sort of adjustment and manipulation to get that club back in the proper configuration for impact, which is, this is address here, that is impact. So I don't want to go from there to try and get back to here. I just want to be here, there. So those cups are important, guys. So feel it like this. Get those cups pointing to the sky and then just push the club back like that. Push it back. That helps you keep pressure down in the backswing as well. If you roll that forearm or that upper arm, if you roll it like that, it tends to want to lift the club up. If I keep that configuration of those cups in the elbows there in that position, it keeps the pressure on the hand down in the backswing, which is what we want, which is what I want. Now guys, you'll see at address that when I'm in here, I've got a bent trail arm. Now I don't want to have a bent trail arm at impact. At impact I want to have a straight trail arm. I certainly don't want to have that configuration. So how do I get the club out to the ball and straighten that bent trail arm without moving everything out there? If I've got this bent here, and I want to keep my shoulders really closed at impact, the only way I can get to the ball is to do that, is to move that way. Well, I don't want to do that. All I want to do, guys, is that. So what's happening now, I'm straightening that trail arm, and I've got to have something to straighten it away from, which is that trail shoulder, which is closed, and that's the fulcrum for the straightening of the trail arm. Now I've got to have some support for that. Now that support has to come from the lead side. What do I mean by that? I mean that if I take the club back here, and I'm keeping that trail shoulder back, and I'm going to fire that trail arm out with the club head, there's a lot of velocity there, and it's going to want to go out really, really hard, and it's going to have a tendency to take me with it because there's a lot of velocity. So how do I guard against that? Well, guys, I build what I call a drive back mechanism, and the drive back mechanism is the same as we see in a baseball batter. When a baseball batter comes into bat, he does this. He gets here and he goes, this here drives back. It drives back against the trail arm going out. So what we want to do is we want to have drive back off that lead leg. Now it will feel like it's pushing you backwards and that you're actually hanging back. Well, that's the feeling you want, because really you've got to have hang back to be able to get that trail arm straightened. You really need to be able to do that, guys. You've got to look like this. See how I'm pushing back? Now that's a drill, but that's how you want to look like, or how you want to look like. That's what you want to look like as a finished product, but with a little bit more, you know, semblance of normal motion and freedom in the downswing. So the cups are up. Look at that, guys, look. I'm back here. I've got something to push away from, or something to throw away from. This is anchored because this is pushing back on it. It's pushing back on the lead shoulder, which is keeping the trail shoulder closed because they're part of the shoulder girdle. And I've got those cups pointing up. Okay, as we come into impact with those cups up, we don't want to have the cups up and the club head come through like that, because that's shoving, guys, and you don't want that. That'll take the hosel out to the ball, and you'll never release it, and you could actually hit a shank because you'll be presenting the hosel. The cup is up, but the wrist is and the thumb is down. As the cup is up, the thumb is down. So we're rotating the thumb down, and the cup is staying up. It's here, and we're maintaining that connection here. Here. You don't want to shove it. You never want to shove. This is up, but that's down. So it's here. Yeah. See, that's way up now, but the thumb is down. So that's really important, guys, because you can actually shove, 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 and you never release the golf club. Okay, cups in the elbows up. See, I've got pushback in that lead leg. That's what I like about channel lock, guys. You come out dead cold, and you can still hit it exactly where you want to hit it. You may not time it 100%. They're about 80%ers. but they're eminently acceptable. Push down, cups up. That's as good as it gets there. Wow, that's good. Just such a smooth, easy shot. And you just get really good contact, centre of the golf clubs, guys, the more that you can get that configuration of the elbows. That's just the way to get it. Just hit some little sort of 3/4 shots like that, and just get the feeling of the drive back against that resisting fulcrum of the trail shoulder. You know when you're doing it right, guys, when you're getting centre cut. The guys that are getting the sort of heel type contact, that means you're shoving. You're shoving the club out and you're not rotating it. You're shoving it out like that. As you come in, guys, that's got to turn down. The club face has to release past the lead forearm. It's got to feel like that. But like that, it's a throwdown. You're throwing the toe down. It's a throwdown effect. Okay, cups up. Ball just doesn't move. Just does not move. It's really nice contact. And that's a very, very short abbreviated golf swing, guys, because it's 4 shots into to the practice session. But the other thing is, which is again a small thing but an important thing, aircraft. With the cup up in that trail, you want to try and maintain this type of connection here. Even though we're resisting, we want that feel. See what's happening with my hand there? There. That's where there's a lot of connection here and there's a lot of cup up. Now guys, getting those cups up like that keeps that club in that configuration, going back. Now guys, something else that's pretty simplistic, and I mentioned it's, I think, in the early stages of channel lock. But I haven't gone there since, and I haven't reiterated. But one of the things we want to really feel in channel lock is that once we've back cocked into here and we've basically pre-pivoted to here, we just want to stay there on the downswing. We don't want any feeling of rotation. We just want to stay still in that position that we've got ourselves into at address. Okay, we'll increase that pivot setting a little bit in the backswing because of rotation, but you basically want to just feel that you're not going anywhere on the downswing. You're just staying there, and the arms are just going to go out past your body. That's what you want to feel. So we set the pivot here. Shut the shoulders down. Then we just want to stay there. The arms are just going to get a free ride past that staying in position body. They're just going to free ride past that staying in position body. That's all we want to do. That's all we want to do. Just stay there and fire the arms past a pre-turned, pre-pivoted position here. With some pushback off that lead leg. Okay guys, I'll just, that's the basic overview. I'll just come back in a moment. I'll just have a look at where that camera is. I think I might be missing the ball position here. And I'll come back and I'll actually hit some shots and show you the flow that you should have with this and how you should push back.